Well, Coach, congratulations. Regional final, the fifth for the program, the most unofficially since 2008 for a program that hasn't had a chance to host to reach that many regional finals. Hard earned win over Kennesaw, hard day overall, great competition of softball. Your thoughts on the day?
Well, I mean, I thought defensively and pitching wise, we played a very solid day. Offensively, I would have liked to see us do some just execute more, especially when we put ourselves in those positions. We quite honestly were one swing away and one pitch away from completely changing game one today. And then even, I say that I would like us to execute better offensively, but don't count Kennesaw State out with that pitcher, man. She is so good. She's dominant. I think she's one of the, she's this whole regional has great pitchers across the board. So, us putting up those 2 runs and then putting pressure on Bennett, I can't get too greedy, but as a coach, I always want those insurance runs. So I just want to see us again moving runners when we need to, and then putting good swings on good pitches when we have runners in scoring position.
Congrats on the win and advancing. How do you think your regular season series with Kennesaw back in March helped you prepare for today?
Well, thank you, first off. And I just gives us great confidence. We knew we weren't overmatched by Bennett, as you may have were able to see from some of the other hitters in the regional. They hadn't seen her as much. Well, that's not true because they got to see her in their mini regional they played back in February, but with those 3 teams. But I think it just allowed us to play with confidence, especially pitching and defense. We matched up really well to their offense, and they have a strong offense, but our pitchers just do a really good job of keeping them off balance. So I felt really good about going into that game, and especially with the fire that they brought back after game 1. They got a little break at the hotel, and coaches stayed back and scouted. And when they came back, they were pretty feisty. So,
Coach, congratulations on the win here late. Let's go back to game 1. Florida State certainly strong pitching, but your team had opportunities. So as you look back at that game, what would you like to have seen your hitters do differently against their pitchers?
Yeah, I think I said it in my interview, but I can't remember. It was so long ago today, that we battled to get to the pitch that we wanted. And then we just either didn't put the best quality swing on it, or we watched the next pitch go by that we got work to. So I have to remember as a coach too, this group is bringing back that postseason tradition, and not very many of them have played in postseason. Maybe 2 or 3 on our team at their previous institutions. So that makes it pretty tough to be able to perform the way you want to at the end of the year. But I know this team can do it. We practice it, we train it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what their approach is going to be tomorrow.
I want to ask you about Caitlin, who's a really quietly a great story. I've seen in her entire career in a lot of ways. I've seen the highs and lows, just like the program has since she arrived at 2018. And here she is in the last month of her senior year in her career, contributing in a big way, both offensively and defensively. Just talk about her and her work ethic, waiting her turn, and getting an opportunity and contributing to this team's success.
Yeah, well, it's just like you said, great teammates that train hard and compete and push their other teammates to get better. And then, in the end, they come out on top as well. And so that's really what Caitlin's done. And she's had some, like you said, some highs in her career here. And she's just playing really solid defense for us. So I like how Jada and her are working over there. And if we do throw Jada behind the plate, I like how Kia and KJ also work over there. So it just allows us to really open up our game and, again, defend that left side. And so our pitchers are able to feel really confident in throwing to that side of the plate, mixing speeds and just getting ground balls, kind of pitching to defense. But it's helped our lineup tremendously too. You know, just another power hitting righty that we've talked about her defense and some of her at bats, but gosh, she's had some really solid base running for us too. You know, she took an extra base, I believe in the conference tournament or even in game one. Everything's kind of going together. And then her first and third delay steal, I believe in Auburn, maybe. She just had such a tremendous running ability in that moment and was able to take the extra base when they were kind of not trying to get her out. So it's great to have somebody with that has her size and stature, but can really move and has great range over there. So it's been key and clutch for us.
What were some of the things you saw from FSU today that you feel like you can really turn into strengths tomorrow?
You know, again, I said when we worked ourselves to that final pitch, I think they left the ball over the plate a little bit and we took it. And if we put our best swing on that pitch, like I said before, we're one swing and one pitch defensively away from just flipping that score. So I truly believe that this group has the ability and the capability to bring our best game and make some competitive softball come about tomorrow. So
from a pitching standpoint, Gianna did enough, right, to get the W in that first game. What's your strategy now? Everybody's going to be all hands on deck.
Yeah, that's really what it's going to be. And I think that, you know, our opponent's going to do the same thing. We both have good hitters. We both have seasoned hitters now, you know, going through this long season. And so just getting different looks and better matchups in certain times is going to be important. So the three-headed monster is going to go to work tomorrow.
Well, and you mentioned the three-headed monsters. Gianna threw a great game, deserved the better fate. Brief looked good in relief, but then Aaliyah, elimination game, season on the line, throws a shutout. Third UCF pitcher ever to throw a shutout in the NCAA tournament, joining Allison Keim and Shelby Turner. You've been here long enough by now. You know what that means. You've thrown a shutout in a regional and elimination game, so you can relate. What you see from Aaliyah and how proud of you, obviously, as clutch of a player as ever.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of pulled like the hard coach on her. So I got on her and I said, I want better pitches out of you because I think she could have closed the door a little bit quicker in that 6th and 7th inning. And so like I told her, I'm going to keep getting the best out of you as long as I can. So, but again, if she's throwing a shutout and I still have something to go after her for, that just proves how darn good she is. And I just love to be able to be a part of it. And it's a privilege to just have a hand and be able to coach her in these moments. She's an amazing competitor and she's gonna have another shot at it tomorrow. So I'm excited to see her continue to lead her team.